Nintopics Podcast. Press start, turn it up, let the good times last. Mario, Zelda, memories unlocked from retro to now. Yeah, we love Nintendo talk. We debate, we laugh, we level up the vibe. Nintopians unite, yeah, you're part of the tribe. Every week, every topic, let the fun never stop. It's the Nintopics Podcast.
Hello, everyone. What's up, Nintopians? You've successfully launched the show that brings the hype and fixes the canon. We promise you fully evergreen content, meaning this show is always fun, always relevant, and never justified. Here's your mission. If you love this show, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your audio gold. And right here on Mike Odyssey's YouTube channel, we drop the blue shell every single week. Don't get KO'd. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. All right, grab your mushroom and your master sword. Let's press start.
Yeah, we are live. Whoa, not live for those listening. By the way, you can pretend we're live, but we're not live for you if you're listening.
Oh, okay.
But we do record every show live every single week here at the Mike Odyssey channel, Paul Gill Network channel, Lily Hyrule channel, and whenever Joyce decides to open her channel, it will be there too.
We are gonna open a campaign. Hashtag Joycey open a YouTube channel, or Joyce get a YouTube channel. Everybody's gonna
talk
do
about what?
Zelda. I mean, what else there's to talk about out there, right?
We have you for that. Everybody subscribe to Lily Hyrule. As in the name, you can tell she loves Hyrule. She is one of Hyrule's two queens.
I wonder what the channel's about. I wonder what it's about.
I wonder. Yeah,
I wonder.
Well, welcome, guys. Welcome to the Nintopics Podcast. It is a special night tonight because tonight is debate night. Who will win the debate tonight between Team Paul and Lily and Mike and Joyce? You guys voted mix match team. So Team Breath of the Wild is composed of Lily Hyrule and Paul Gale Network, and Team Tears of the Kingdom is composed of Joyce J and yours truly, Mike the Bokoblin Odyssey. I couldn't think of anything else because I just saw Lily's Bokoblin there.
Well, technically, you see Bokoblins in both games, although they have like a little different horn.
They do,
this
yeah.
is a Breath of the Wild Bokoblin, yeah.
He's so cute when he's like in stuffed animal form.
Right?
I know, that's why I got him.
They're hideous in the game.
I know. They're always poking their nose.
For those listeners, Lily has the cutest Bokoblin little stuffed animal right in front of her. So I recommend you guys check it over on other channels on the pre-recorded version of the podcast. Welcome, chat. You guys have voted for mixed match teams, and today the debate is happening. It's happening. Somebody's gonna have.
I just hope, before we begin, that everybody understands that we're still friends, okay? This is kind of a Mario Party situation where, friendships kind of die because of everybody's competing. But we are going to try our best. I am going to try my best not to feel like to get very, very excited about debating about, a versus between two of the most wonderful games out there.
Yeah, of course. And we
can all agree that we're both wonderful. That I think we can agree.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. We have to place the rules, okay? So we have to be extremely creative in our description, in our defense of the game. Okay, mention a lot of things. It can't be just like, oh, this one is bigger. No. It has to be creative. Use your imagination. Each person has one power up, okay, which is somebody from the chat. Can go ahead and help the person. So if you have something to say that you know is going to benefit Paul while he's giving his defense, and Paul sees it, he can highlight it and use it also kind of to reinforce his argument, right? And Lily as well as Joyce, we all got one one power up each, and that power up can be added. Now, the winning team will win 5 points. Why 5 points? Because at the end of the podcast year, we will add all of the points, and the winner of the debates and all the contests we have throughout the year will win a trophy like this, like a little cute, adorable little trophy with the Nintopics Podcast logo on it, and it says winner on it. Winner, chicken dinner. And so that's what's going to happen, all right? And again, like Lily said, this is all for fun. We're not really debating as in, who's going to win or lose, but it's going to be for fun. But still, this is going to be a winner. There's going to be a winner, and there's going to be a not winner. We're not going to call him loser. not winner. All right. So before that, we have to kind of do the rounds. Paul Gale, Never, what have you been playing lately? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you. And what I've been playing, it's some Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on Nintendo Switch 2. It has been taking up, I think, all of my gaming time since I got it last Wednesday. And even though I've already played the game before, 5 years ago, it is just so fantastic. I rarely replay games, especially this close to each other. I mean, if I'm going to replay something, it's going to be like two decades later. It's got to be like a remake or something very different, or a short game that I can pick up and play, like Street Fighter. I mean, I'll replay that, but I don't really count that as replaying it because it's a very different type of game, But this, just been barely like 5 years, but I am having a blast in Midgar all over again. Love it. Can't recommend it enough.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And Lily, how are you today, and what you been playing lately?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I haven't really played anything different. Like, have you seen that meme where, everybody keeps buying and getting more games, but still you keep playing the same games over and over again? That's me. Okay. So that's definitely me. We have been lately playing, Twilight Princess because I'm trying to get footage for some of my videos that I'm working on. And we recently went into the, what's the name of that particular dungeon? It's the Cave of Gordeals, the Tears of the Kingdom, that one. So essentially you go into Gerudo Desert, or the very near to the Arbiter Grounds, and there's a cave, and there are so many levels that you have to go through. It was a lot of fun. I also have the amiibo, but I have not tried that one. I think that one is the Cave of Shadows. But on this playthrough, we're going for everything, actually. We're aiming for 100%. So far we have all the hard pieces, and yeah, it's gonna be it has been a lot of fun revisiting that game. I'm hoping that we can get it soon, either on the Nintendo Switch Online, on the GameCube Classics, or like an HD version on the Switch 2 will be nice. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
That's nice. Awesome. All right, and the queen, everybody, right? The queen, the queen. We have the queen in the house. Joycey with the ready. Look at this. This wasn't planned. Okay, this is not planned.
They're in the same team, by the way.
Right? Yeah, this is not planned. Team Tears of the Kingdom. Team TOTK. Joycey, how are you? And what have you been playing lately?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I am not sick like I was last week. But real quick, we have to shout out Steak 1024 because if you guys are wondering how Mike got here, I held up to my end of the bargain. I left a comment saying that I would bust him out of jail.
Yep.
And I did.
Yeah, it was no deal. But I want to thank Joycey personally for getting me out of jail. I was arrested by Nintendo, and it was a whole thing. If you want to know why, after the podcast, if you're listening right now, then I recommend you visit the channel and you find out why I was arrested by Nintendo. It was a whole deal. But Joycey came to my rescue. I appreciate you, Joycey Molino. You're awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. As far as what I've been playing, jump back into Animal Crossing. Again, I think I said that the week before last when the update was announced. And so I've been getting my island up and going again. If anybody has like all the things, especially all the furniture, please hit me up because I need the ironwood furniture, and I for the life of me cannot find a dang on cutting board so I can make certain items. Okay. Anyway, and of course, still trying to finish Octopath. The final boss is very long, multiple stages, very tough. I read somewhere earlier that somebody said they thought Octopath Traveler 0 was easy, and I said, excuse me, did you use a guide? Because I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. But I'm truly enjoying it. I'm almost like a little bit, not sad, but a little bit like, oh, this is really the end of the game now. After 200-ish hours, I'm finally almost at the end. And yeah, so I'm having a good time.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. DJ Joycey, the queen of Hyrule in the podcast. All right, Paul, what are we doing today?
Today, we are having a debate between The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. How will this go? Well, it could go a couple of different ways. Are we talking,
nobody knows.
Are we talking a better game, the game that has a greater magnitude, greater impact on the industry, our personal favorites? I mean, we're split up into teams. We've got Mike and Joycey fighting for Tears of the Kingdom, Lily and I fighting for Breath of the Wild. And we're going to have audience participation as well by the likes of polls and some more.
Yep. So a poll is going to go up, and this poll is going to determine the winner of the poll thing is not. Wait, this is not the thing in the chat.
I think that the poll will give you only a certain time limit. My recommendation, if it's possible, would be to leave it probably like 20 minutes before we end the podcast, so that everybody will listen to what we have to say, and then they can make their vote versus voting right now. Because believe me, some of them might actually change their idea which one is better. Yeah.
Their mind. Okay,
also, YouTube doesn't give you like a lot of like an hour long poll. It only allows you like half an hour or something.
Really? Like I didn't know that. That's new information to me. Thank you so much for sharing, because I didn't know. I was going to do the poll now. So we'll do the poll in a little bit. But first we'll present our arguments, and then we'll do the poll. Everybody up for that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and lower this music right here, because we have new music for I actually made a parody music of Eye of the Tiger. But it's not playing well, so I'm just gonna
no,
come on, I really want to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I think I have it here. Let me see if I can actually play it. Let me know.
By the way, Steak, thank you very much for gifting a membership on my channel. Thank you.
Nice.
You're the greatest. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Can you highlight it on the chat, or doesn't
I think I can. I'm not sure. Yes, here it is. Yay!
There you go.
Thank
there
you.
You go. Awesome.
Yeah. Likewise, Steak. Thank you very much for the gifted membership as well.
Get your YouTube channel so you can get a membership too.
All right, so I found the song. Let's go ahead and do the parody version of "Eye of the Tiger" not by anybody, because this is like a parody. So and no copyright, no copyright. It's just it is what it is. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Welcome to the 2020, whatever year you're listening to this podcast in, debate between Paul Guild Network and Lily Hyrule and Joycey J and yours truly, Mike Odyssey. All right, it's a whole song. We'll be here forever. We play it. And it all it says is pa pa pa. All right, so the debate is Tears of the Kingdom versus Breath of the Wild. Who will win? Which is a better game? Who explained their side of the defense more creatively creatively. How do you say that?
Creatively.
That one, yeah, that one. Creatively. There we go. And we are going to go and flip a coin to see who goes next. Who has a coin?
Who uses cash?
No, nobody uses cash.
Can I
have a coin in the other room.
Chat, you have a coin that we can use.
Wait, can we get a digital coin to flip?
Yeah, I just put it there. Like, oh, what is that?
I have
how about I have a dice, so we can go odds and evens.
Yes.
All right, there you go. Okay, so odd. I'll pick Josie. What odds or even?
Odds.
All right,
I'm an oddball.
We're team odd.
So odds will be Tears of the Kingdom. Evens will be Breath of the Wild.
All right.
Oh gosh, it fell on the floor.
All right. Yeah, that's an odd thing.
A lot more excited.
I'm sorry, but that's very odd to happen. That's very
okay. It was a 2 that was face up when I picked it off the floor.
No, but do it again because that doesn't count.
Okay, without falling on the floor this time, I'm gonna go like this. And okay, well this time it's a 3 face up.
Uh-huh.
So we do 2 out of 3. 2 fell on the floor, 3 on my hand. We'll do this one. Boom. And face up, it's 3. So 2 out of 3. 3 is first. Odds are first.
Who's first?
I don't even know anymore. I forgot their original.
Odds. We're first, Mike. Go get them.
We are first. That's a good thing. Josie, you want to start it?
No, you go first.
Okay, there is a time limit, though, for your introductory piece.
Okay.
Would you like to have Nintendo 64 seconds to just blast it through, Mike, and 64 seconds, Joycey? Or would you like 128 seconds each? But there will be a time limit.
Okay, yeah.
This is our opener. Let's do 64 seconds.
All right.
A minute and 4 minutes. I mean, a minute and 4 seconds.
Together or each of you independently? Maybe independently?
Yeah.
I was thinking independently.
All right. Yeah. Joycey, when I say go, you've got Nintendo 64.
No, I wanted Mike to go first.
Wait,
that's true.
How do we do first? Do we do 64 seconds for the starting and then the debate, or?
Yes. Yeah, just for your intro.
Your opening statement. Yeah.
Okay. So I can do my intro.
All right, Mike. When I say go, you've got Nintendo 64 seconds to give your introductory piece of why are you on side Tears of the Kingdom. Ready?
Okay.
And go.
All right. So the reason why I'm in Tears of the Kingdom, because there is a lot of craziness happening on Breath of the Wild that I just can't tolerate. I just can't accept because it's abuse. It's physical. It's emotional. It's distress. There's just craziness everywhere. And so in my argument today, you can expect for me to accomplish 3 things. Prove to you why Tears of the Kingdom is the better game and why it's just this overall crazy awesome. 2, point out all the nutty stuff that happens, okay, in Breath of the Wild that makes it just such a lesser game. And 3, I forgot the third part. I'll make sure to remember when I start my debate, okay? So by the end of this debate, you will have clear that Tears of the Kingdom is a superior overall game to Breath of the Wild based on all the craziness that I'm going to point out. And believe me, you would have never thought about this before I bring it up. And how many seconds do I have left? Because I'm
time.
Time.
Perfect. All right, Joyce, are you ready?
She has the nose. Yes, it's gonna be good.
Okay, go for it. Am I ready?
Ready and go.
Okay, so I appreciate my passionate co-host here. However, while I do not believe Breath of the Wild is a lower game, I can prove why Tears of the Kingdom is the better of the 2. Okay. And I can show that as we go forward in this debate. Breath of the Wild was the game that was needed. Tears of the Kingdom is the game we wanted. Done.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Good opening statement.
Virtual Boy, 32 seconds, more or less. Everything numbers is Nintendo related or bits and blocks with me. All right. Lily, 5 minutes on the clock. I'm not biased.
Of course.
As a timekeeper.
I'll take that.
Just kidding. We gotta keep this fair. Nintendo 64 seconds on the clock. Go for it.
All right. Well, I have to be completely transparent with you guys. I was Tears of the Kingdom team up until I went back to Breath of the Wild. Okay. And I want to share with you not the reasons why Tears of the Kingdom is not less of a game, but also I'm on Joyce's team because I want to point out what Breath of the Wild does amazingly well and why I consider it to be superior than Tears of the Kingdom. So I want to be sharing all my experience between the two, my knowledge between going through all the games, and exactly explaining why in my book Breath of the Wild continues to be superior than Tears of the Kingdom. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. You're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta back up a teammate.
Right? Go ahead, Paul. You're right.
Okay, I'm gonna and go. No doubt are both games absolutely fantastic. They're both a 10 in my opinion. However, on the one side, there would be no Tears of the Kingdom without Breath of the Wild. So I think nobody disagrees with Breath of the Wild being the more impactful one in this video game industry, but we're talking about which one is better. Even with the successor being out and being bigger and offering more, I go back to Breath of the Wild for certain things like ease of transportation, navigation-wise with the motorcycle. I love the powers of Daruk, Mifa, Revali, and Urbosa. So even with more options to fly, nothing is as satisfying in Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion, as Revali's Gale. Also, Revali's Gale has Gale in it, which is connected to Paul Gale Network. So kind of by default.
Wait, Paul. Let me stop you there. You're entering the debate. You're supposed to describe what you're going to talk about, not actually talk about the debate already.
I'm going to be talking about Revali's Gale. Done.
Paul went straight. Objection. He went straight into debate.
Well, to be fair, he did want it an intro statement, and I remember he did mention that we wanted to point out very quickly why it's superior. But I think that Mike and then Joycey kind of started with just an intro, and so I followed. So
this is the intro, and then we go into the meat and potatoes of the debate, right? The potatoes, the meat, and the stuff.
But defending Paul, he did what he was supposed to be doing.
He did good. The reason why it stopped me is because I got intimidated. I'm like, wait a minute, those are good points. Those are good points. I have to stop this right now. Good. All right, but do I start the debate now, like the actual debate?
Yeah, yep. It could begin as normal.
Okay. So I present my argument, and then somebody counters. Or how do we do this?
Yeah, could go a little bit of back and forth.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so
you can mediate. You're good. You can mediate.
Who's gonna mediate?
You're unbiased enough.
Who, Paul?
Paul. Yeah. Okay. Make sure we don't get all crazy and start throwing things at each other. Okay. I don't know how that'll work, but yeah.
All right, I came prepared because I got my notes. Okay, I got my notes. All right, so Zelda. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about why. First thing, Breath of the Wild. Yes, the big game, broke records. It created the fever of the open world thing. It created a phenomenon, right? Breath of the Wild will always go down in history as the game that changed the franchise forever, right? It just completely broke it, right? But in a good way. But I want to focus on things that happen within the game. Okay. And I might be a little bit too literal on certain things, but that's just how I am, right? I look at things, I'm like, hey, that's the tree, right? It's a tree. It's not a bokoblin. It has to be a tree. So a tree's supposed to be acting like a tree. All right. So let's talk about the Zelda. I'm gonna call this one part one. The Zelda. Zelda is a saint. A problem, okay? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, okay? The divine beast in the room. In Breath of the Wild, Zelda is trapped in 100-year magical wrestling match with Ganon, sweating, struggling, while Link is out there collecting 900 pieces of literal golden poop. Okay?
They do have a distinct odor. And they smell different. That's what it says. Every time that you pick one up, that's what it says. It has a distinct odor.
Well, I'm guessing it's what is based on what that little person ate at the time.
Probably.
They berries, you know. So in Tears of the Kingdom, at least when you're procrastinating, we're doing it with style, right? In Breath of the Wild, Link spends a century finding himself. Come on, Link. You know, in his memories, while Zelda's basically holding the door shut against a cosmic horror. She's like the castle screaming, Link, please help me. The kingdom is dying. And Link is on his hill somewhere trying to figure out if he can cook a single cricket with a restless cricket to see what happens.
But Link was on a slumber.
Yeah.
He wasn't wasting time for 100 years.
Restoration.
I mean, he knew from the beginning what the problem was, right? When Link, wake up, Link.
He
like, who are you?
About to die.
So in Breath of the Wild, the game, and so Breath of the Wild is about walking. Tears of the Kingdom, is about becoming of God of engineering with the fuse technique. Okay, Breath of the Wild is like, oh no, a river! I must find a bridge or slowly drown while my stamina bar mocks me. Tears of the Kingdom is like, I have glue, 3 logs, 2 fans, and a flamethrower together. I'm now an aviator. I'm the Wright brothers, but with more explosives. All right, I'm just doing the comparisons. The stamina struggle is real. Okay, in Breath of the Wild, the light drizzle was Link's greatest nemesis. You'd be halfway up the cliff, a cloud would sneeze, and Link would slide down like a wet noodle. Okay, in Tears of the Kingdom, if it starts raining, you just pull up a rocket out of your back, fuse it with your shield, and blast to the stratosphere like you're launching to SpaceX. All right, Tears of the Kingdom. Why Tears of the Kingdom wins? I'm almost done. Okay. All right. Right. So the depths, because of Breath of the Wild was apparently too bright. Tears of the Kingdom added a little basement, the size of the entire world, just so Link could have a place to be as depressed as he looks. All right. The fuse ability in Breath of the Wild, your sword breaks and you cry. In Tears of the Kingdom, your sword breaks and you pick up a rock, duct tape, and stick it together. And suddenly you're playing Caveman Simulator. The stakes in Breath of the Wild, the threat was malice, right? Which looked like spicy grapes jelly. In Tears of the Kingdom, the threat is a dehydrated Ganon who looks like he desperately needs a spot. It looks like an old prune. I mean, they're both losers in that end. But the bottom line is Breath of the Wild was the beautiful acoustic intro. Tears of the Kingdom is the full-blown rock opera, in midair skydiving sequence. And Link finally realized that if you're going to save the world, you might as well do it while diving on a wooden tank, right? You built 5 minutes earlier, right? And so the last thing that is that in Breath of the Wild, Link knows that Zelda's in that castle, and there's that little flying smoke of a dragon. And Tears of the Kingdom, at least Zelda is in the past, all the way back in Age of Imprisonment, right? She's like, she's just taking care of another game on her own, right? And so at least she's with people. In Breath of the Wild, while Link hunts for poop, here we have Zelda fighting for 100 years. I'm like, what is this? What's going on here, right? I mean, in Breath of the Wild, Zelda is obviously stronger than Link. First thing, Link died instantly, so they have to resurrect them. And then somehow the goddess Hylia reincarnated Zelda, had Ganon just stuck there for 100 years. I mean, like, if we look at those two compared, which one do you think made more sense? Which one is more like, which one is the better story? An old decrepit Link or a cool Link while Zelda's back in her own game, with Age of Imprisonment, right? That one is a lot cooler because it paints them both in a bigger, lighter story. Zelda is a hero of her age of imprisonment game, and Link is over here, you know, merging things together and wasting his time, but still having fun. While in the first one, Link is trying to find himself, like his identity. I'm like, who am I? Where did I come from? Where was I born? Who's my dad? Who's my mom? Did I have a dog? What was his name? Did he have pads or was he trained? Why is this here? Why is that there? What is this rock? What is that thing? And then, and, you know, it's just, you know, and I just want to say, I rest my argument. I rest my case so far. I still have more to say, but I'll let you guys do the what do you call that? The counter
rebuttal. The rebuttal.
Yeah. The rebuttal. Yeah.
Okay. So do we do the rebuttal?
Roberto's not here.
Okay. Do we do the rebuttal now, or do I go next? Or I think it's fair that somebody on the other side go next, or I don't know. Paul, you're our mediator.
Oh, let's go with Lily or me to speak one of our parts, Joycey to speak your part, and then the other one of the two of us speak our part. Lily, would you like to go first, or me? If that sounds good, like boom, 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 boom.
I'm good. I'm happy.
Yep. No worries. Okay, I'll go next.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm gonna start this with saying, where is Tears of the Kingdom Game of the Year award? There isn't one. Why? Because Breath of the Wild got it. Breath of the Wild not only revolutionized exactly how everything was going to be done in the Legend of Zelda moving forward, and also I do agree with Paul to a point where Tears of the Kingdom will not exist without Breath of the Wild. So the roots are there. The other thing that I'm very, very interested about, and that I can't really stop, appreciating the fact that Tears of the Kingdom gives you everything. It's there, right? But there's the problem. Everything is there and you're able to exploit whatever you're doing. In Breath of the Wild, you have to think a little bit outside the box. It constantly challenges you to do things differently. And it limits you, very subtle compared to the other games, of course, because this is not a linear kind of Zelda anymore. This is an open world Zelda. But you're still pushed to your boundaries and to challenge yourself to do things the way that you will normally, use what you have, basically. So I really like that I'm constantly challenged to go around things and to understand how things work and how can I solve those things. And in Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like everything is broken, and I feel that everything is just, there's already a Gundam pre-made that is going to be able to do whatever you think, and you're no longer kind of analyzing your environment anymore. You're just doing everything in one go. And also, like, all the, everything that you have around the world, you don't really explore Hyrule as much as you do in Breath of the Wild. Yes, the stamina is a pain, but that's the whole point. The whole point is for you to analyze what you're doing and to have a strategy, which you don't have anymore in Tears of the Kingdom. If you want to go and visit a tower, you just go ahead and find the Sky Island and drop yourself in it. It's very fast for you to discover everything, and you don't have that emotion or sentiment of exploration anymore. And about the story, well, let me tell you, Princess Zelda, she is learning from everything that has happened because she was struggling with a very bad relationship with her father, and she understood exactly what she needed to do in order for her to awaken her powers as the goddess's Hylia powers. So it's an amazing way for her to discover that. And because on other games, Princess Zelda is so powerful from the beginning, which is great. But in this particular Breath of the Wild sequence, you really understand and you get personal with Zelda. You understand that she's going through a difficult situation. You see how all the champions are there for her and how Link, who is the appointed knight, is going to be helping her throughout the entire journey. And they struggle. They have this situation, but still Princess Zelda managed to get, to go against a Calamity Ganon herself for 100 years. Tell me that she's not powerful enough to beat or defeat that Calamity Ganon eventually. She is very powerful. It's just that she doesn't know it yet because she does struggle. She's struggling with all these problems where she wants to learn more, she wants to do better, but she can't awaken her powers. Link will forget about everything, but that's the whole thing. The reason why it was there is because the developers wanted you to understand what was her struggle so that you feel a little bit more connected with Princess Zelda. You need to understand where she's going through so you can have this need of going and saving her, going and helping her. And that's the whole point. And I strongly believe that all of this together will really give you a better experience. No matter how many times you play this game over and over again, you will feel that same excitement of exploration every time that you boot up Breath of the Wild, instead of Tears of the Kingdom, where you feel that you have to collect so many things, and not just the Koroks anymore. You have to go and talk to, every NPC available so you can get something from them. And it just feels like a whole chore.
Isn't that the exploration you were talking about? Isn't that the exploration you were talking about? The exploration?
No,
get to know Hyrule, the visitors.
It's very relaxing for you to do whatever you have to do, and you can do whatever you want at the time that you want. Like, you're not pressured. You don't feel that. You feel that freedom. And in Tears of the Kingdom, it feels like you just have to do it, and it's a chore.
Listen. There's no better freedom than building a rocket and launching yourself in Koroks across the world. But you were saying that Link is always wasting time in Breath of the Wild. I feel that you're also wasting a lot of time building. It's different. It's different because in Breath of the Wild.
Why is it different?
Because in Breath of the Wild we have Zelda, who is trapped like fighting Ganon, but in Tears of the Kingdom she's off in her own game. She's
not off in her own game. She's a dragon already. She's already a dragon. No, that happens in the past, Mike.
Oh, well, that's even better. She's already a dragon, so she's not suffering. She's like all powerful and eternal and just flying, like having the time of her life.
She did in the past, but she doesn't.
Demonic Laura says that without the mechanics of Ultrahand and Fuse, I can't go back to Breath of the Wild. Sorry, but that's the facts. Team Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you for the super chat. All right. I mean, Lily, that's a good that was a fantastic argument. I got to give it to you. You made amazing a whole bunch of points there, and so I got to give it to you. So yeah, I'm not taking away from anything you said. You're right. But
Mike enjoys being mean to Koroks. This disqualifies Tears of the Kingdom.
Hey! After playing Age of Imprisonment, I really value Koroks to a whole new level.
You should,
okay?
Yes.
I do. Okay. If you guys I can't say it because is it still considered a spoiler after the game come out?
It's a huge spoiler.
I won't say it. Okay. All right. So who's next?
If we want to go back and forth, then Joycey now, right?
Joycey, your turn.
Okay. So first off, everything Mike said, I would like stricken from the record.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of this supposed jury.
My own team.
Look, you want to win or not?
Yes, exactly. She does.
If you want to win, all you got to do is take what I said, add your reinforcement, and make and fuse it together like in Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, that's
Mike, I ain't got time. We only got an hour podcast. I ain't got time to clean up everything you said.
There we go.
Oh boy, that's not looking good.
Wow.
All right.
I am here by myself. All right. You know what? Okay.
Hey, I busted you out of jail, and I'm about to win a whole debate for you. Just rock with me, all right?
Wow. Even you know what? Destroy my own argument, my own teammate. I feel betrayed. Like Zelda did to Link in Breath of the Wild.
How did she betray? Mike, do you know what Zelda is?
I know what Zelda is. I'm pushing everybody's buttons because Zelda's fighting for 100 years while Link is taking a nap.
Go sit in the corner.
Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
I'm just enjoying the show, you guys. That's what
I like to file my part of the debate single because Mike don't know what he's talking about. All right. Breath of the Wild is that game, which is why it won Game of the Year. It deserved it. Okay. Breath of the Wild, in my personal opinion, it was the slam dunk that Nintendo needed. It was to kick off a brand new system launch. It enticed brand new gamers, like, hey, this is a cool new system. Hey, this game looks cool. And of course, as Zelda fans, we had already been waiting. Tears of the Kingdom is the game the fans made it, and it is the game for the Zelda gamer. I know Nintendo said, oh no, you don't, anybody can pick up this game and play it. This game was for us. Okay. What are the things that Breath of the Wild lacked that made Tears of the Kingdom even possible? I like the story in Breath of the Wild, but it is barely there. I like the exploration in Breath of the Wild, but thank you.
Else Joycey will put you back in jail.
I'm gonna return you back. I'm sure they're looking for you. And not only that, but oh, sorry, I kind of lost my spot. So there were some concerns, like when Tears of the Kingdom came out and everybody had played both of the big Wild games, and they're like, this doesn't feel like a Zelda game. It is still a Zelda game. It's just more open world. Exploration in Breath of the Wild were more empty sections than there might be a Korok or two, but there were more empty sections. So it's kind of like there's nothing to really interact with. There's nothing to really do over here. So I just kind of end up passing certain areas anyway. Whereas in Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of those blank spaces are filled in, whether they're with Koroks, mini games. Okay, and Roger has decided that he no longer wants to be my friend, and that's okay. Well, at least you'll have company on the way back to Nintendo, Mike.
Well, Breath of the Wild for the win. Love Tears of the Kingdom, but nothing will replace the wow factor of Breath of the Wild. All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Roger, for being in our team.
Thank you, Roger.
All right, we got the bro. Tears of the Kingdom for the win, Goaty, but Link doesn't wait.
I will, as moderator, being fair and impartial, I am just a fact man. I have opinions, but I do have facts. Demonic Brawler makes a point that Tears of the Kingdom would have won GOTY. Actually, Tears of the Kingdom did win more Game of the Year wins in 2023 than Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 just happened to win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Exactly. So if you want to go with more quantity wins, Breath of the Wild, when you compile websites and stuff like that from around the world, Tears of the Kingdom, it did win more. So you could still say that it was overall Game of the Year, but not as much as Breath of the Wild. So I will just say from whom, right? So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Thank you, Demonic Brawler, and thank you, Roger Enyart.
Thank
good
you,
point.
guys.
Very good point.
So, and I've talked about this before, but let me kind of reiterate some points. Let's break this down. I said I complain about Breath of the Wild story. It was there. We saw it. We saw the memories. We read journals and we did all the things, but I felt that the story was too subtle versus in Tears of the Kingdom, where the story kicks off. It's a cold open to Tears of the Kingdom, which is another game that we haven't really had that before. Usually we have the real pretty title screen. You get to select the name or whatever, and then you keep going. So we have another cold open. So at this point, regardless if you believe they're in Zelda and Link are in a relationship or they're just good friends, they are together. She is with her trusted knight. That's Link's job. And they are exploring together. There is more of a relationship little build right there. And obviously Link feels a way when he doesn't catch her, when she falls into what we later find out, the past. The story was a little bit more loud. Mike, go sit in the corner, honey. But so the thing about it is,
she fell back into another game, Age of Imprisonment.
Corner now. Age of Imprisonment doesn't exist at this point. So the thing is that when she goes back in time, and of course Link gets knocked out. He has to be saved by Rauru. So here's the thing: Rauru knew to come get him and knew his name. Not only because he already knew what had happened in the past, but because Link, Zelda's the one that told him about Link. So we have a little bit more story to work off of here. There was also already a story going on. What keeps Tears of the Kingdom still going is not only the fact that Ganon has attacked again and they had the huge upheaval, but now he's like, look, I had my best friend / girlfriend / waifu / boo thing, whatever she is, and now she's gone again. So I got to go find her again. And the story's a lot more in your face, and it pulls a lot more at your heartstrings, especially when you get to the end of the story, and you're surrounded by silent princesses, and you just see a beautiful dragon with golden hair crying. Might feel some type of way about that. So here's another thing. There's the building of Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if you all remember, I'm sure you guys do, when Breath of the Wild came out, people were doing the most insane tricks with all of the little champions abilities and with the bombs and with stasis especially. Nintendo saw that and said, why don't we just give them all the stuff to build? So now people aren't just using stasis and manipulating things. They're able to actually, branch out their creativity even more. And people are building entire contraptions to kill a monster or to kill Ganon. And it's absolutely hilarious because I don't even know how you get any of those monsters to stay still for that long. So you can create this contraption around them that's, just going to keep whacking them.
Yeah.
So, and then again, I'm going to go back to Z-Link a little bit because, I know Nintendo doesn't like to talk about it, but come on, y'all. If we were on Nate's channel, you guys, a lot of you already know what I would say, but I'm going to clean it up, of course. Zelda and Link are a thing, and it's okay. That's this version of Link and Zelda. Another game might be different. It's okay. How do we know this? Because the first thing a woman does when she moves in with you is she changes everything. Like she puts her name on the front. So it says Zelda's house instead of Link's house. We change everything on the inside. We put up, we actually put toilet paper in the bathroom. Yes, there are grown men who still don't understand they need toilet paper. Yes, that is a thing I'm finding out at 40. So what does Link do? He had to go find his own bachelor pad. So you still get to make your own house in the game. Which is interesting, given a little bit of Animal Crossing vibes. And I know that, my very excellent and very beautiful opponent, Lily, did point out that you kind of had to look at things a different way because you were more limited. Well, I think Tears of the Kingdom still kind of limits you in the sense of you still have the same knight's bow in every single overworld chest, okay? Nothing but knight's bows as far as the eyes can see. Okay. And you get the basic, a basic sword. Usually a soldier's, dang it, I forgot the name, but basically a soldier sword. So you're still limited, but you now have more items to be creative with. So do you want to fuse these items? Do you want to create a contraption? Do you want to, do what I used to do and make a car out of all the woods and wheels and everything, and run everybody over? That's fun. Yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about that. And then the other thing, the big one that I liked about this game is that because one of the things I noticed very loudly in Breath of the Wild is there's no companion. You have no Navi. I know we talk smack about Navi, but she served her purpose. There's no Fi. There's no Midna to slap us around. We're all by ourselves. It's just me and Link on this adventure where he has no memories. All of his friends are gone, have passed on. Zelda's sumo wrestling with Ganon for last 100 years. And he has to figure out who the heck he even is. And he has to kind of start from scratch. Versus Tears of the Kingdom Link, who has friends in all most of the townspeople, even the ones who pretend they don't remember him. I say pretend. Even the ones who pretend they don't remember him. He's been able to make more friends. The townspeople are stepping up. And while they know that their princess and her first knight are gone, they still keep life moving. We have to get behind what's going on with this upheaval. What's going on in the depths, which was another very big surprise when the game came out, because we didn't know that the depths were even there. Link has friends now, all of his new champion friends, Tulin, of course, Sidon had to come back because we love Sidon. These friends are alive and able to support him, and they come in clutch at two very important pivotal points in the game. So he's not alone. And that's a very, very, very big deal, because that was something that I found interesting about Link is, where is your mama? Where are your people? What does nobody care that you're saving the world? Yeah, this time somebody does care. So in closing,
Paul still has to go.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Make no mistake, both games are 10s in my book. However, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, in my opinion, is the superior game, not just because it started things off, but I think it gave us a better sense of discovery, a more cohesive atmosphere, and simpler, more focused gameplay mechanics. Though Tears of the Kingdom offered more, and sometimes more is better, it is that creativity that I do value, which Joycey brought up in, hey, look at how people are manipulating stasis, magnesis, cryonis, and bombs. That takes 4 pretty powerful things and human ingenuity to make them all work and to tear apart these shrines and to navigate throughout the land. It is not to say it's not impressive to use a greater tool set to create things, but think of it like this. If you're given just a few Lego pieces and you make a castle, is that more admirable than a really awesome Lego set that has a whole bunch of pieces and instructions to make a castle? Tears of the Kingdom gives you a lot of things, Ultrahand, to finesse your way about it, and it is very impressive from a technological standpoint. But what people were able to do with stasis, magnesis, cryonis, and bombs was a little bit doing more with less and making it work, and I kind of value that. I also thought that Breath of the Wild was the more groundbreaking experience because there's nothing quite like that first walk out onto the plateau. So your first introductory to the game tops Tears of the Kingdoms, though the other one has a beautiful walking into this deep cavern and stuff like that. And I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? Some of the novelty wasn't there quite with Tears of the Kingdom as it was with Breath of the Wild, because in BOTW, you were seeing this Hyrule for the first time. So it wins in the regard of the first to do so. Also, I liked the cohesive world of Breath of the Wild, and though it was smaller than Tears of the Kingdom, sometimes that's not bad. It fit that game's vibe. Breath of the Wild had isolation, loss, grief, and a quiet, melancholic atmosphere that players, myself included, found more impactful. Those little melodic pieces of piano that riffs really complemented the game, and the fact that the world was in some desolation. These guys existing all around made you wonder, what are they all about? Why
I missed them so much in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh,
were they good guys? Were they bad guys? It was this constant threat, and you never knew when you were going to get completely overwhelmed with them. This was scary. Yes, Tears of the Kingdom had the hands coming out of the ground to grab you, but not
that
as
was
often,
scary.
and not till later on, and it wasn't quite like this. Gameplay mechanic-wise, I found more creativity in fighting off against the Guardians and chopping off their limbs or freezing them with cryonis than I did fighting those hands. So from a pure fight perspective, that won it over for me. I liked Breath of the Wild's more basic stasis, magnesis, cryonis, and bombs, probably overall more than the fusing mechanic in Tears of the Kingdom. Don't get me wrong, I like popping through the ground and bloop, popping up from a cave, and I do like the Master Hand, and I appreciate the gameplay mechanics. But for me, I don't always need the complex building, and that kind of went into my opening statement when I was talking about, Tears of the Kingdom let me build my own rocket ship, but sometimes I just liked, for ease of navigation, doing Rivali's Gale to hop up and do my thing. Mike mentioned earlier that in Tears of the Kingdom, rain hit, you were kind of stuck. But Rivali's Gale allowed you to go up rather quickly. Later
Instead
on,
of toolings that you have to go forward.
Yes, it did help in those regards. I valued kind of the streamlined sense of exploration in Breath of the Wild. It was still a vertical game, as Nintendo did pitch it as not open world, but open air, and allowed me to glide and climb. And though Tears of the Kingdom had even more to glide and climb, including far down below depths and up above, don't get me wrong, it feels like there might have been more to miss. And for some people, perhaps it was too big. Now, I wouldn't say it was too big for me, but Breath of the Wild was the right kind of size where I felt eventually everything I see in Breath of the Wild is going to be valuable. Whereas if I don't see every piece of Tears of the Kingdom, I don't feel like I'm missing out. I didn't want to miss out on any inch of terrain in Breath of the Wild, whereas in Tears of the Kingdom, I did feel like even though the completionist in me exists, I don't think I need to see every square inch of the depth. You know what I mean? So that's potentially wasted space. Not to say bad, but is what it is. I also found that Breath of the Wild storytelling through discoverable memories was a good pace. I think that Tears of the Kingdom did a fine job with getting the tears, perhaps in different orders and stuff like that. But Tears of the Kingdom had a sense of repeating itself when it came back to the imprisonment. Whereas Breath of the Wild, every new thing that you learned was something new and fresh, including the champion's abilities. And I go back to the champion's abilities because I overall liked Daruk's protection. I liked the gameplay mechanic of holding around the shield. Pa! I liked Urbosa's fury and snapping my fingers. Did I not like shooting an arrow and having the
lightning from Riju
go where that was? No, I liked that too, but I think I liked Urbosa's fury more. Rivali's Gale, that's another one. You know, Riju, or no, sorry, not Riju. Tulin and going forward was beneficial, but I liked the ability to just go up. And Mipha's Grace, there was no one saving grace element that you could have aside from a fairy in Tears of the Kingdom. So for new players, once that you were able to get Mipha's Grace, I thought that was better. You also can't forget, in addition to those 4 champions, it was that game that did introduce us to eventually who would become more prominent roles in other games like Sidon, Yunobo, Teba, and Riju. I will say that completing the bigger objective too, which was the optional quest at calming the 4 divine beasts, had a bigger impact in the final boss. Whereas if you didn't, you fought a different final boss. And if you did, you had a final boss that was shattered thanks to these 4 champions, or these 4, I should say, divine beasts. So where Tears of the Kingdom did have some more storytelling elements, Breath of the Wild's minimalist story taught through discoverable memories, the importance of finding Zelda's diary, reading it, allowed kind of me to piece the world together a little bit more. And though I will give credit to, I liked the way Ganondorf looked in Tears of the Kingdom. It looked awesome. I didn't question Ganon circling around Breath of the Wild's tower when I played it, because I understood in that game, Zelda is keeping him at bay. I questioned Ganondorf a lot in Tears of the Kingdom, like, how come you're not running amok? You've got nothing holding you back. I wanted to see him all throughout that game, ravaging through Kakariko Village, destroying stuff. I wanted to see him cracking down.
He wasn't healed yet.
In Zora's domain, causing havoc. Not a clone of his, not a Zelda demonic spinoff, not his hands. I wanted to see him, this Bad Apple's bad guy who's not being blocked, who could have just climbed out of the pit, cause havoc. Because he was so cool, I wanted to see that. So in the element of, could they have done something more with that? Yes. Whereas in Breath of the Wild, I'm like, no, they set it up that they couldn't have done any more with Calamity Ganon. He was set where he was. And to make Breath of the Wild and its argument a little bit better, I can't help but navigate with the motorcycle. I know it's part of DLC, and if you didn't include DLC in this debate, I would say, okay, well then fine, maybe that's not fair. But if you're including the totality of the game, you got to include it all. And Breath of the Wild got some very fun, compelling DLC, stuff like the Master Sword challenge and getting this cycle. And the cycle is my preferred way of traveling. Not so much by horse, but by bike. And then this goes before we even introduce which one just had more magnitude. But I think that's non-debatable. That is a Breath of the Wild thing. So those are kind of my reasons. Breath of the Wild had a more focused tool set.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something here because I took the debate. Okay, and I didn't take a lore debate, a lore stake. I didn't take a little stake. I took a more of a comedic tone to what I was pointing out, which again, I guess Joycey disagreed with. Okay, because my goal was to debate how Tears of the Kingdom was better than Breath of the Wild and things that didn't make sense to me. Right, and that's part of the debate. That's part of the plan. Right, I couldn't mention how Tears of the Kingdom was the better game overall, much bigger world that took to the skies, took to underground, gave you different versions of the enemies and boss battles, and those freaking scary hands that were even harder to get away than the Guardians. Okay, Guardian, you can just hide behind the tree. Those hands, they grab you, they won't let you go, and then you're trying to, I could have said all that stuff. All right, I want to put that in front of the, but I decided.
We haven't even decided the winner yet.
I know. I decided to take a more comedic tone because I think that we needed a lighthearted kind of answer.
Well, it's kind of hard when you are going up against 3 Zelda fans. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's an insult. I'm a Zelda fan. I'm a really big Zelda fan. Just because I'm not.
No, the debate isn't that one is good and one is not good. One is amazing and one is slightly more amazing. You really can't go wrong with either.
Yeah, but I consider myself a Zelda fan. That's the thing. I consider myself a Zelda fan.
Shoot, I enjoyed that Tears of the Kingdom brought forth with it some dungeons that did a little bit of the past and the present that Breath of the Wild did. And that the bosses looked more unique than Breath of the Wild's bosses.
I was ganged up on by my own team. Okay, I was ganged up on by 3 Zelda fans because I'm a fake Zelda fan. And
I didn't say you were a fake Zelda fan.
I never said you were a fake Zelda
by 3 Zelda fans.
We did all, by the way, talk a little bit more than we.
I only spoke for like 5 minutes.
But we do have, by the way, our next portion, which is the community power up section, where we will announce the winner, perhaps voted on by the chat, or the chat, we could put up a poll. However we want to do it. We have super chats that could also go into the equation, where we did have a super chat from Demonic Brawler. That could count as a point for the Tears of the Kingdom side. We had a super chat from Roger Enyart that could count on the Breath of the Wild side. So if you want to look at it from that perspective,
that counts.
Even we could do independent polls on each of our channels to help give a debate as to whether which pair do they think gave the better debate, which is a different story than what is their own preference. Because someone could have thought my favorite game is Breath of the Wild, but I liked Mike and Joycey's thing better. Or someone might be like, Tears of the Kingdom is my game, but on debate-wise, I'm going to go with Lily and Paul. However,
I recognize that my point wasn't as strong because I didn't want to focus on lore and I wanted to focus on more comedy because I'm a comedic guy. When I make my videos, I want to make sure that everybody enjoys them, not just people who don't understand certain parts of the lore. I myself I know the lore of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I can go that way if I want to. I just decided not to.
You want to talk comedy? Talk comedy when it comes to Link having to make a house in Breath of the Wild and finding out that everyone there has Sun in their name. You want to talk not comedy? Not comedy is strapping a poor Korok to a rocket and having flying him off into outer space. That's not comedy. That's abuse.
Poor little Korok.
Hey, he had it coming.
Maybe running around for 900 Korok poops.
I know, pooping all over the place. I mean, again, that's why. I mean, I can say that. That's why Zelda Breath of the Wild was so green and luscious, because of all the fertilizer all over the place.
Also, I do want to point out that we kind of focus a little bit more into the game mechanics. And I just want to very quickly piggyback on what Paul said. Also, one of the things that I hated in Tears of the Kingdom and that I continue to love in Breath of the Wild is how you activate every single one of the champions. In Tears of the Kingdom, you have to press the button having to be right next to it. And it was kind of annoying. Sometimes you were even, messing around with everything that was around you versus jumping and holding the button to activate Revali's Gale or holding your B button to do a spin attack to activate, Urvosa's Fury. So I really love the way that they thought about it in Breath of the Wild.
I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that, because sometimes it's annoying when this guy's all with it. Hey, come on! I'm supposed to be using you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He's walking away.
Yeah.
But I agree. I wish they added a version where you can turn on and off assisted mode, and that way they can attack themselves on their own, or it make it easier for you to attack with them without them being close. That would have been good. You
can dismiss them. You can just go to the settings and just dismiss
them. But I mean, like what they did in Breath of the Wild, where you didn't have to have them near because they weren't there, but you had the ability.
And you were limited to use them as well, which was good, because you were kind of thinking, hey, should I waste my Revali's Gale? Because I have to wait several minutes for me to get it back. And also just to rebuttal what Josie said about the champions, or in this case, the sages. I love that in Tears of the Kingdom. The problem is that when you're done, you have that very lame avatar, because that's the only way that I put it. And the other way around, you have the champions with you.
By the way, guys, that poll was a joke. Okay, don't vote on that poll. That was a joke. Okay. Lily got it. I'm writing the poll right now, the real one.
But that's it. That's what I wanted to add. Thanks.
Yeah.
If I didn't properly see beyond the Nintendo 64 second intro, how much did each of the four of us get to talk in our longer pieces, but I think that overall we each did compelling reasons that we provided for why are both games freaking awesome. Yeah. But why did we kind of like one a little bit more? And it's not a bad thing either way. However, I think we will go to chat now.
Yes.
But I have to.
I made notes. I deserve. Hold on, Mike. I made notes, so I deserve extra point.
I have to emphasize, I did not take the debate as in really going deep into the lore or into the mechanics. I took it as the story of what was happening, the literal game. That's how I took it out. I could have taken it mechanic wise. I could have taken it lore wise. I could have pointed out a whole bunch of things that I like about Tears of the Kingdom that I hated about Breath of the Wild, and vice versa. Both games are amazing. One could not exist without the other. But I'm just kind of putting my 2 cents out there on how I took the debate there, So
Roger Enyer, by the way, big thank you for the $5 super chat. Says the DLC in Breath of the Wild made me come back to the game many times. The bike was awesome. I loved riding off a high cliff and then parachute down to the bottom.
Yeah, that's cool. And I have to rebuttal that. And Tears of the Kingdom, in Tears of the Kingdom, the fuse ability made that game more replayable, because you could use your imagination and build a whole bunch of contraptions and create shorts and funny little videos in here. Versus Breath of the Wild, you can just only hit the stations a whole bunch of times and hope it does something.
Joycey, I do agree with you. I think that you need to share a little bit more. And sorry, I know that we're very excited to share our thoughts, but yeah.
I was just saying I deserve an extra point because I made notes, but everybody made good points. I think I think while Tears of the Kingdom won't exist without Breath of the Wild, I think it's a good can't say sequel, I think it's another good reimagining of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So, but Tears of the Kingdom is it blew me away enough to the point where it knocked the original Zelda, because y'all know that was in my top 5, knocked that one out of my top 5. So it's like my 5th favorite Zelda game. There were so many, you know what really did it for me? So this is a little bit outside of the debate. So when you guys are thinking about the debate, don't include this part. This is more emotional.
Lily agrees.
It was that moment at the end of Tears of the Kingdom when Rauru, heals Link's arm, and you see him kind of, him and Sonya give each other that look like, finally, it's good to see you. And then Link has to catch Zelda again. And
that was a great redemption for Link. Like that was amazing.
The music kicks up, and the fact that
with Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and listen. Go ahead, yourself. I'll go after you.
So the way the music kicks up, and it really does like emotionally kind of bring something out of me. And it's like, again, whether that's their friends or whatever they are, was a very, very sweet moment. And I love that as soon as they hit the water and they get out of the water, she's like, Link, I have so much to tell you. I'm home, and she's not freaked out. She's not scared. I saw a very confident Zelda return, and I like
grew up a lot.
Yeah, we saw her grow up in Age of Imprisonment, And I'll tell everybody, look, if you haven't played Age of Imprisonment, you play Tears of the Kingdom, play Age of Imprisonment, go through Zelda's journey from the moment she arrived in the past till she became a dragon, and then go play Tears of the Kingdom again. At the beginning, you'll notice right away that connection. How does Rauru know Link? So much about Link, and how I finally meet you. That just like Joyce said, I'm like, whoa, this hits hard now. It's kind of and then when you look around, you look at the area, like, wow, this is where this happened in the past. This is where this happened in the past, and you make the connections to the past, and it makes just the game so much better, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I want to say congratulations and good job to everyone. You guys did amazing on your debate and on your arguments. Again, guys, this is all for fun. We're having fun, and this is just an amazing discussion, right? Tears of the Kingdom versus Breath of the Wild has been going around. People have different opinions on which game is better. The truth is that both games are incredible. They're amazing. One complements each other. One cannot exist without the other, and one builds upon the other to make the other one. Tears of the Kingdom is not complete without Breath of the Wild, and so that's the final thought. Who won the debate according to the chat? We have how many? Do we have a time for the thing, or do we end the? We have 10 votes. How many viewers we have? We have 82 viewers. And
go ahead and vote, you guys.
I have a poll that I put up on mine. I don't know if Lily did on yours.
No, I haven't.
So I do have a poll going on here. We could all share our poll results. Mine's kind of close.
All right. Let's go ahead and give it one more minute. Vote, guys. Vote. If you have not voted, go to the link above, either on Paul's channel or on this channel, and vote. And then in 60 seconds, we will announce the winner of the first debate of the debate. Let me go ahead and put the little.
There we go. Yay. Thank you so much for those $5.
I love that meme.
Thank you for those $5, Quicksilver. This is a question across the board. Does the difficult level in either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom let you to promote one over the other? That is a great question. But I'm going to say, sorry, I do love both games. I have to agree. However, I feel that Breath of the Wild had a little bit more challenge, especially if we include the DLC. Tears of the Kingdom lacks of Master Mode, and that is something that I really miss.
Well, we can't include DLC because it's not fair.
So, but honestly, comparing the mechanics and everything, I feel that it's a little bit more challenging versus Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, I find them more accessible for a lot more people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot more people can jump right away into Tears of the Kingdom, but that makes it a little bit easier to me in my book. That's my opinion.
I have
All
an
right.
opinion.
Go ahead. Go, Joshi.
So my opinion is, no. It doesn't lead me to promote one more than the other because, in my opinion, Nintendo did something very clever. I know we all want master mode and everything in all the Zeldas. I think they should add it just because why not? But the thing is, you can tailor made your own difficulty in both games.
Perfect.
The game allows you to go. You could go to all the shrines. You're still going to collect all the things, but you don't have to turn them in and pray at the Hylia statue to get get what's in return. I've seen people go through with nothing but full stamina, and they keep the same 3 or Tears of the Kingdom 4 hearts through the whole game, but they finish all the shrines and all the side quests.
Yeah.
So I think it's as difficult as you want it to be.
Yeah, that was my answer too. I was about to say the same exact thing because when I want to challenge myself, I do that. I come down from Tears of the Kingdom and I do all of the towers without even getting a single. I do the shrines, but I don't redeem any of them at all. I just collect them. I collect all the shrines, and towards the end, then I try to one at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the beauty about. I think both games are like that. You know, you can create your own difficulty level by just challenging yourself. That's pretty cool. Not many games are like that. That's how special Zelda is.
I love Boo Mini for this.
What'd you say? Which of the games better? Jason Momoa. I agree. Hey, Jason
He's
Momoa.
single now. Boo Mini, he's single. Oh wait, you're not though. Never mind. I was gonna say he's single now, but she's not. I forgot about that.
He's in New York promoting his new movie with the Batista. On Amazon, by the way.
Batista.
Dave Batista.
He looks very different. Batista looks very different on that.
It's fun. We watched it yesterday. The Wrecking Crew.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Yeah, so cool.
I do want to highlight one comment, but I can't find it. Oh, there we go. Because I'm not sure if we're still taking this, but I really love what Dan put on the table, like for Breath of the Wild. He's saying Breath of the Wild was a full circle moment for Miyamoto, and this is very important. What he envisioned in the beginning, because I feel that I was in that team. I was always like arguing, saying, "Oh, but this doesn't feel like Zelda or the story and whatever." But honestly, Miyamoto-san, he actually envisioned this the way that since the beginning, since the first Legend of Zelda game, and this was a full circle for him. So I do agree with that. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really, really agree with that.
Yeah, fun fact. Before they even made Breath of the Wild, they made Breath of the Wild in the engine of the first game. So they actually really cool. They designed it Breath of the Wild with the sprites of the very first Zelda game. So that's pretty cool.
that was very nice.
Also, to piggyback on that, every time somebody says, "Oh, they should remake," if they're going to do a remake, they should remake the original Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah.
And my response has been the same since we started this podcast. We already have the remake, and that's what Breath of the Wild is.
Yes.
I would have loved for that.
That was always in Miyamoto's head.
I would have loved for King Rome to say, "Hey, take this. It's dangerous out there."
It would be amazing.
He gave me the glider, but he didn't say that specifically, like the same exact words.
He said it in a way, because the thing about it is when you come out of the cave. Okay, so in the original NES version, the screen just opens up and then you go into a cave. So in a way, even though for the player, we're coming out of the cave, so basically the screen is opening up. And who's the first person you see? A little old man under like a little the word isn't awning, but or the rock feature. So he's not in a cave, but he's surrounded by a fire, and he does give you things like knowledge, like how to cook your food or your fruit, basically, things like that.
Yeah, in a way he did. Yeah, like to kind of take care of you. Right, you're right. He probably knew who you were. He just trying to figure out that you figured out. He didn't know
who you were, because remember, that's King Bosphoramos, right? Yeah, Bosphoramos. That's the king. So he's the one that tells you, yeah, dude, you've actually been like asleep for 100 years and all your friends are gone. Zelda might be okay. She over there fighting Ganon. You should go see Impa about that.
Which I never understood how she survived 100 years. But anyways.
Because it was her love for Link.
Talking about love, and now that we're getting closer to February and everything. I mean, Eiji Onuma and has confirmed, like, not confirmed, but more like Link and Zelda are together if you think they're together. Like, they never kind of answer that. It's very vague, but if you want them to be friends, if you want them to be a couple, that's totally fine. They're okay with it.
Oh, that's nice.
I think they're together in certain games.
So it's canon, man.
Right.
It's canon. I mean, I said Ganon.
Yeah.
I said Ganon. It's canon, not Ganon.
It still
Ganon
works.
Daddy.
It works.
Canon,
That I'll
Ganon.
accept.
It's canon, Ganon.
Ganon Daddy. By the
I
way,
am not calling
my
him Ganon
poll
Daddy.
won with Breath of the Wild. I did
Who
set
won?
up a poll. Breath of the Wild on my poll.
Okay, and then on this side, Breath of the Wild one too. I'm sorry, Josie. I lost it for you. You know, because
I
apparently.
tried, y'all.
On my poll, Breath of the Wild also won.
Listen. I'm
59-41.
gonna make an entire video explaining the entire lore just to make sure that just to redeem myself, because I took this poll in the comedic way. But I'm a Zelda fan and I know lore. Just put it out there. I just don't, you know.
I think I
don't
didn't
flex.
really use the proper term. I guess it's more like you're not as passionate for Zelda as we are. That's what I wanted to say, because
You're right.
it's
Yeah, I think
hard.
you're
It's
right.
hard if you're one against three. That's the only reason.
But
You're
I-
I'm trying to
definitely a fan,
justify
though,
it.
Mike. You're definitely a fan.
But I think you're right, because basically, what I'm more passionate about is Nintendo as a whole and people.
Right.
So that's why I'm here, right? I was a youth pastor, I was a youth counselor, you know, and so the reason why I opened the YouTube channel, I love video games. I love Nintendo as a whole. I grew up with Mario, grew up with Zelda. I'm an 80s kid. I own the NES, and so instead of really focusing on the lore, I focus on relationship with people.
Right.
And what people love about games, right?
What we lack about that's what I was trying to say. Like, I wasn't saying that you were doing bad. No,
I
absolutely
understand.
not.
I understand.
It's more like, sorry, it's kind of the subject we love. We can't really do much, you know?
Yeah,
We
I
have to
understand.
talk about. See, this could have been a 20-hour debate, and we
Oh,
would have
yeah.
just.
It
and
could
we
have,
would
yeah, it
Still
could
be,
have.
and we would still debate openings. Now, I will give this to Breath of the Wild. It still has the best tutorial section of
Yes.
it. Really, any Zelda game. You don't realize you're in a tutorial.
Yeah,
It
you're
is-
right. You're right. You're right.
But at the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom, even though I loved the Great Sky Island, it's like, okay, I'm in a tutorial. I'm totally in a tutorial and I'm very aware of it. I want to get off this island and go jump around on the ground and see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Paul and Joycey, you have a little bit of look at the chat, the private chat.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh
I see.
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Gotta
All right.
talk about
So
that.
the winner of today's debate, the first ever debate on the Nintopics podcast, is Team Breath of the Wild. Congratulations, guys! You did an amazing job. Everybody did a good job.
Good debate. Good
And,
debate.
and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with this debate. There's more to come. We actually have another show in the future where we will put a character on trial. So one of us will be a lawyer, one of us will be defense, one will be a judge, and the other one will be the character trying to defend themselves. Who knows who's what? And you guys, the chat, are the jury. That's coming in a future episode. It's a teaser right now. But before that, we have a new episode coming next week. Take it away.
All right, Joycey, next week is all about our most painful gaming moments. What's the one retro fail that still haunts you to this day?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it involves a final boss, a nearly dead controller, and a sibling's betrayal. The therapy session begins next week, y'all. Don't miss it.
All right. You don't want to miss that episode next week, where Joycey takes us on the most difficult, I think, the fails, the biggest fail in gaming in your history.
Yeah.
Like, pretend you're in the final boss. He has just a little bit of life left. All of a sudden, your Joy-Con dies. So we'll talk about that next week on the Nintopics Podcast. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a fun episode. You guys have been amazing. Lily, at Lily Hyrule, amazing content on her side. Please go and subscribe. Paul Guild Network Countdown Guy / Historian. You have to go subscribe to Paul Guild Network. Amazing content. Congratulations, Paul, on the more than 8,000 subscribers already, on the way to 9,000. And the queen of the Nintopics Podcast. Everybody will her to open her channel.
Yes. Actually, it does say, when are you going to be, what's going to be the super chat gift the membership goal for Joycey so she can play a Zelda game during a podcast. So we can do that very similar for starting up a channel for Joycey. Let's set up a goal for that.
Yep. Yeah, we'll discuss that. And of course, what was it?
Scared.
Brain fart moment. You can find Joycey at DJ Joycey J on Twitter. I want to say X, but on Twitter, and you can go ahead and then ask her questions about Zelda. You can ask her questions about the 2D 3D. What's the 2D 3D game?
Oh, Octopath Traveler 0.
Octopath Travelers, and of course she loves her novels, like her gaming novels, and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, just go ahead. You'll have the best conversation with Joycey on next. Trust me. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Nintopics Podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. If you're watching it afterwards, leave a like. Go ahead, and also if you guys can visit Spotify, leave your review. That would mean a lot to us. It'll push the podcast over the moon. We already have about 30-something watchers already. We're kind of climbing on Spotify. And if you're new, welcome to the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you in the next one. Before we let you go, don't give up. Don't do it. Don't do it. And journey on. Let me get that.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nintopics Podcast. Press start, turn it up, let the good times last. Mario, Zelda, memories unlocked from retro to now. Yeah, we love Nintendo talk. We debate, we laugh, we level up the vibe. Nintopians unite, yeah, you're part of the tribe. Every week, every topic, let the fun never stop. It's the Nintopics